Welcome to another Doulos quote. Today we have, again, the great John MacArthur, and I actually have the video clip for you to listen to him saying this quote.
I don't really think he was in the garden keeping his fingers crossed, hoping for the best from Adam and Eve. And I'll tell you one thing, if positive thinking for God doesn't work, you can forget about it.
So in his inimitable fashion and with his humor, clearly he is communicating a truth that God does not have positive thinking. God is not wishing and hoping things go well. God is ordaining all things, or has ordained all things after the counsel of his own will, and he's accomplishing his purposes in the earth for his own glory. He didn't consult me, he didn't consult John MacArthur, he didn't consult you as to whether or not you would be okay with what he is going to do. The Bible clearly teaches that our God is in the heavens. He does whatsoever he pleases. And later on in the Psalms, it says that our God does what he pleases in heaven and in earth, in the seas and all deep places. So God has no limit. God has no restrictions on what he desires to do. He is not obligated to do things that we think are right and just, and do things that we think would be fair and honest and all of these things, because we're sinners, we're flawed. We have a distorted way of looking at the world, morally speaking. So in Isaiah 46, 9 through 10, God says this: "For I am God, and there is no other. I am God, and there is no one like me, declaring the end from the beginning, and from ancient times things which have not been done, saying, my counsel will be established, and I will accomplish all my good pleasure." So God is not saying, I will accomplish all my good pleasure once I talk to my servants, or once I talk to you about what I'm going to do. God is going to do that which he desires to do, because he has already declared the end from the beginning. This whole existence that we're living in, my own existence, has been planned out before the foundation of the world. God has already set the end date of my lifetime before I was even born, before my parents got together, before he even created the world. God will do all he desires to do because he's God. He has that authority, he has that power. If you don't like it, what are you going to do? Fight against God? It's going to be a losing battle. You can't do anything about it. Even if you don't like it, what are you going to do? You can't attack God. You can't really do anything to stop what he's going to do. That's why Job talks about how who can stay his hand. He's going to do what he wants to do, and what are you going to do about it? So God didn't have positive thinking. The fall wasn't something that God didn't anticipate. It was all part of God's plan and purposes, which is why the Bible clearly teaches us that Christ was slain before the foundation of the world. The sooner we get to understand that God does not need to consult us, the more we can have joy in life, realizing that God is perfect, holy, just. He will do that which is pleasing to him, and that which is pleasing to him is right. And the fact that we can trust him should give us joy, and not really create any kind of anger or any kind of hostility towards God. It should create a love that God would even choose us to be a part of his family as Christians, and choose us to be instruments of sharing his truth with the world. So thank you for listening to this Doulos quote, and we will see you on the next one.